I'm Virginia from Right Clinic, and here with me today is Alexandria. She is a nurse PhD scientist by day and freelance medical writer by night. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me, Virginia. It really is a pleasure.
Yeah, honestly, the pleasure's all mine. I really appreciate you waking up early to do this, with the time difference. So I'm sure our audience will appreciate it.
Not a
Um,
problem.
yeah, amazing. So let us know what do you do?
So by day, I am a nurse researcher or a nurse scientist. I am currently working on my postdoc fellowship at Columbia University. But while I was completing my PhD studies, I was really making this transition in nursing where I was trying to figure out where else I really feel like I belong. I love research, but I also understand that disseminating the information that we find in research doesn't always hit the masses. It doesn't always hit the people who need it the most. And I really stumbled into freelance writing and I hit the ground running with it. I took a couple of courses on becoming a freelance writer from the nurse's perspective, and I've just been running with it ever since. So I do freelance writing in the evening, and I really focus on articles that are targeting heart health and mental health because those are my areas of interest. Those are also areas of research that I'm engaged in. So I kind of have like one and a half, two jobs going on at the same time, like starting them around the same time, and I'm enjoying it. I really am loving putting myself in a position where I'm using my nursing license to the best of my ability and for me and what makes sense for me and making an impact in my way.
I love that. I love that you've gone to explore something that you never thought you would ever get into, and you are transferring your skills and you're just loving it. And I can see already you're just emanating this amazing aura that's just like, I love what I'm doing and I'm here to say how amazing it is and help other
Yeah.
people, know about it, which is just amazing. And
Yeah.
why we do this podcast.
Well, thank you. Because, working at the bedside, we spend a lot of time in a space where we feel like that's the only place that nurses can be. And stepping into research and stepping into freelance writing at the same time, I'm trying to show other nurses that there are other avenues if they want to do more than work at the bedside. We absolutely need nurses at the bedside. The hospitals are not going to stay open without us, but there are other ways that we could be reaching the public to educate them and to provide them with the tools necessary to not come into the hospital and have to be a patient.
Yeah, I love that. So you can be part of the team that, you know, prevents people from getting into hospital, but then also be in hospital if you choose to. So there's, why not do a bit of both? And out of curiosity, what are you researching in your PhD?
So
Or
I,
your postdoc, sorry.
yeah, that's okay. Both. I look at discrimination experiences and how that influences heart health. I also look at mental health, depression and anxiety symptoms, and how that can influence cardiovascular outcomes, particularly in Black populations and in Black women. So I'm really excited. I can't say too much about the project that I'm on right now, but we do have a study that just started looking at ways to combat discrimination and how to help Black women, especially recognize discrimination and also have the tools necessary to recognize it and combat it in a way that's effective and doesn't cause some type of stressful reaction. So that's about as much as I can say right now, but I'm really excited. I hope that in the coming years our research is something that is in the books and our team is known for helping to deal with social determinants of health here in the United States and to better influence heart health in a positive way.
That's amazing. I think that's so inspiring, and it's so much needed, because I can definitely say that there is an inequality and inequity in how people are treated based on their background, and it needs to change. And there's so much work that needs to be done, and it's just so amazing that you are part of that team and you're making it happen, and you're really pushing to make a difference. So that is super inspiring, and I want to say thank you for doing all your research, because we need people like you. It's so important. And yeah, I guess that the follow-on question to that would be, what do you know now that you wish you knew earlier in your
Ooh, would you say in research or in nursing or in freelance writing? I've got a lot here.
in nursing? So when you were a nurse and you decided to, go into research and freelance medical writing, what would you have told yourself when you were just doing nursing?
Oh man, that's a great question. I would have asked myself earlier, and I think about this all the time, if I would have just really slowed down and thought about what I really enjoyed about working at the bedside. It was the patient education. And that's why freelance writing really works for me because I like to teach. I didn't realize that. I'm not a stand in front of the class and talk to 30 students for 2 hours, 2 and 3 days a week kind of person. But I love to educate a patient one on one about the importance of their medications, the importance of keeping up with their doctor's visits, the importance of keeping up with the diet regimen, the importance of the physical activity, the importance of recognizing signs and symptoms of whatever medical condition they came in with. The way that I'm able to ramble that off, like, I want to be able to educate all the time. And I wish I would have thought all like early in my career in nursing about going into freelance writing because I don't want to just talk to you when you've become my patient. My goal as a nurse is to keep you out of the hospital. We see readmission rates that sometimes can be through the roof, especially as it's related to heart health. And by the time you get to the hospital, for some people, it's too late in terms of me being able to give you the tools necessary to take care of yourself outside of the home. So, freelance writing has been an amazing space where I'm able to give information to people who are actively searching for it as it relates to heart health and sometimes mental health. So that's been awesome. I wish I would have thought about that years ago.
Yeah, so I think, well, speaking to our audience now, what would be your top tips if they are thinking about doing something other than nursing? How would you advise that they break into it?
Oh man. If you want to do something other than nursing, I wish that I would have had this. I wish I would have had people telling me this early. Try different things. I was a cardiovascular nurse the entire time I was in the hospital, but I never once stepped into the ED. I never once stepped into outpatient care. I never once stepped into operative care. I never did anything other than cardiovascular care. And one of the problems with that is sometimes you know what your love is, but you may also be not you may not have the chance to find a hidden love, and that comes with exploration. And when you take the time to explore, then you really do find your purpose. You can be great at something, but your purpose can be something entirely different, which again is how freelance writing has been working for me. I'm finding a purpose I had no idea was a potential purpose for me, but it is, and I'm loving it.
That's amazing. And I wanted to ask you also for those looking to freelance, how do you find your clients, or what's your top tip for finding your freelance clients to keep that kind of side work going?
Top tip is networking 100%. I am not the biggest fan of cold pitching. I know that's what we have to do oftentimes, going through LinkedIn, going through websites and finding emails of editors and just sending out a cold email that's introducing yourself, a letter of introduction. That's great. But I love to get in front of people because when you see me and you get to talk to me, you feel the passion, especially if it's something that I'm really interested in and invested in. So I can't sell that through email. So get in front of people who are working in the content space that you want to be in and start talking. Because if it's an area that you love, it's going to shine through in your demeanor, your posture, and just your energy. You can't give energy through an email. So definitely networking has to be the number one place, number one opportunity. And that happens at conferences, that can happen at other networking events locally, anywhere where someone else is in a space to give you a freelance writing opportunity. Go and talk to them face to face. That is the best opportunity that you can have to get a freelance writing gig for sure.
Awesome. That's awesome. I definitely research, any conferences I can go to in person to try and, speak to certain clients or brands. If I know that they're there, I'm like, hey, hi, I'm a writer. If you need me, then I'm here. Here's my card. And yeah, that, you know, again, like you said, when you exude that warmth and that passion in person, it really leaves an impression on them, and I think they're more likely to contact you rather than judge you on an email that you probably spent too much time writing. So yeah. All right, well, that's amazing. So what's next on the horizon for you?
So I wrote a book that is on Amazon, The Right Remedy. This is for, and really for any health professionals who are thinking about starting a business. This is a how-to guide to help you guys get there. I truly believe that your health profession license is a gateway into freelance writing. So check it out on Amazon. I'm also working on a course to go along with the book, and hopefully by the time this comes out, I'll be ready to talk more about that and I'll have it on my website. But that's what's going on right now in my life. I'm going to continue to do my research and focus in on that, and then helping other nurses and other healthcare professionals who are interested in freelance writing. They can find me on LinkedIn and on other socials, authored by AJP. I respond.
She does respond. I messaged her to get her on here because I was like, this woman is too amazing not to talk to. So, um, so I will leave all links to connect with Alexandria and to her book. And if her course is out, it will go in there or a landing page. I will definitely link all of that down below. So check that out in the description. And thank you so much, Alexandria, again for coming on the show.
Thank you.
All right. See you next episode. Bye.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
that was so great.